Welcome back to Hardball. As the ad wars heat up and the rhetoric and speeches ratchets up, are John McCain and Barack Obama now playing loose with the facts, or the equivalent of what you might call verbal gymnastics? Mike Feldman is a former advisor to Al Gore. He joins us from Washington, and Todd Harris is a former McCain spokesman from McCain's 2000 campaign. He joins us in Dallas. And let's start by taking a look at what McCain's latest ad says about his energy plan. Watch.
Renewable energy to transform our economy, create jobs and energy independence. That's John McCain.
Hey, Todd, McCain's plan doesn't specify any new government spending on renewable energy, and in the past, McCain has opposed tax incentives. So how can that ad possibly be accurate?
Well, David, as you know, right now there is this sort of catch-as-catch-can framework of tax credits and tax incentives for the renewable fuel industry. And what Senator McCain is saying in his energy plan is, number one, we need to be drilling offshore to increase our domestic supply of oil. But also, we need to streamline all of these tax credits to bring some sanity to them so people, private companies who want to invest in these technologies...
He has opposed these tax credits unless they're paid for with by rising taxes elsewhere. So how would he balance it this time?
Well, yeah, he's opposed to taxing one sector of our economy in order to try to stimulate another sector of our economy. Absolutely. He still feels that way. But David, you know, it's a game changer when gas became $4 a barrel, and all sorts of positions for good leaders, you know, are being looked at again because we need to start doing some things that maybe we didn't do in the past in order to decrease our reliability on foreign oil and bring down the cost of gasoline. That's exactly what the McCain energy plan is going to do.
Well, I agree that the issue is a game changer with the high price of energy, and that's why I think Barack Obama's ad about alternative energy resources is pretty significant. Watch this.
Inflate our tires. So he had...
Okay, well, that was John McCain talking about what he had heard Barack Obama say. But again, if we've got it, here's Barack Obama's ad in which Obama has repeatedly said that, in fact, he has a fast-track policy in terms of energy policy. And I guess the question for you, Mike, is how can it be fast-track, as Barack Obama has said in his ads and as he says in his speeches, when it's a 10-year plan?
Well, look, even John McCain has said it took 30 years to get us into this mess. And so the question is, what do we do now? And if there were a faster way to get out of this mess, I suppose we'd be there. The question is, what direction are you taking? Are you for drilling and tax breaks for the big oil companies, or are you for renewable energy? And as you said and stated earlier in response to that other ad, Senator McCain has opposed tax credits for renewables. He's opposed tax credits for alternative energy. He's opposed fuel efficiency standards. What he's for is huge tax breaks for the oil companies and for drilling. And that's not going to get us anywhere very quickly.
Now, Todd, do you believe that Barack Obama has an energy plan? Do you believe Barack Obama has a plan to take care of these challenges, whether you like them or not?
Barack Obama's got a lot of words that sound really nice, but when push comes to shove, when you start talking about the things that actually will make a difference in terms of the cost of gasoline, I'm talking about increasing our domestic supply of oil, drilling off of our coast, which is supported by more than 70% of all Americans, even Speaker Pelosi today coming around on this issue. Barack Obama, he's just AWOL.
As far as the specific question, I would suggest that, and I think most people would agree, that Barack Obama has a plan, even if you don't necessarily agree that it'll solve things. You can go to his website and find his plan. But here's how John McCain characterized Barack Obama's energy plan. Watch.
The only thing I've heard him say is that we should inflate our tires. So he has no plan for addressing the energy challenges that we face.
Hey, Todd, when John McCain says the only thing he's heard Barack Obama say is inflate our tires, do you believe John McCain that's the only thing he's heard?
I do believe him. You know, Barack Obama might be able to fuel his car with hope and optimism and celebrity, but the rest of us use good old-fashioned gasoline, and Obama's not proposing anything that's going to reduce the cost of gas.
Right, but when John McCain says the only thing that I've heard is ... doesn't that raise questions about whether John McCain has selective amnesia?
I think that Senator McCain is talking about how there really is no meat, no substance in any meaningful way to reduce the cost of gasoline in Senator Obama's plan. And he talks about inflating tires. That's fine for him. But, the rest of us need gasoline for our cars. We need increased drilling. And that's what Senator McCain is going to give us.
Well, Todd, what's wrong with inflating tires? I mean, it'll save up to 4%. If all Americans would do that, you'd save more money than you could possibly get from the new drilling that John McCain or anybody else talks about.
David, there's nothing wrong with inflating your tires, but it's not an energy plan.
All right, fair enough. That's an argument. But again, there is an energy plan that Barack Obama has, and I'm just not sure it's credible to say he has no energy plan. In any case, Mike, we've been beating up on Todd and John McCain, but now it's the time to put you on the grill. Here's what Barack Obama has said about taking on big oil. Watch.
We need a president who can stand up to big oil and big energy companies and say enough is enough.
Now, Mike, maybe we do need somebody taking on big oil, but isn't it true that Barack Obama voted for the Bush-Cheney energy bill in 2005 that gave tax breaks to big oil?
Well, it's true he voted for that bill. As I recall, 3/4 of the Senate voted for that bill, and the bill actually, in net, raised taxes on the oil and gas industry, and also made record investments in renewables and alternative fuels. And look, he had to work across the aisle to get something done, and I think that's what Barack Obama is proposing to do when he's elected president of the United States.
Todd?
Well, Senator McCain did not vote for that bill because, as the Washington Post said, it was a Christmas tree of giveaways to the oil and gas industry. Senator McCain thought it was a boon for them and a loser for average working families, and he voted no, and he's proud of that vote.
Todd, I'm going to catch you before the segment is over. So here's John McCain in Florida talking about his support for civil rights. Watch.
I'm proud of that record. From fighting for the recognition of Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday in my state to sponsoring specific legislation that would prevent discrimination in any shape or form in America today.
Hey, Todd, as you know, John McCain actually opposed the Martin Luther King holiday. He even voted against a commission working to promote the holiday. What happened there? Was that just a misleading statement by John McCain?
No, he was totally wrong to oppose the holiday, and he said that he was wrong. He said that, and he's apologized for it. He's come forward and said he was wrong to oppose it. He did support the state holiday
Then, Todd,
in
why
Arizona.
Did he just say in that clip, I'm proud of that record from fighting for the recognition of Martin Luther King's birthday in my state? That was wrong.
Because he did. Because he did, David. He opposed it on the national level when it came time for to support this in Arizona. He had a change of heart, which he's proud of, that change of heart, and he fought to support it in the state of Arizona, which is exactly what he just said.
Mike, your view?
Well, look, he was against it before he was for it. In fact, as late as 1987, he actually supported an effort in Arizona to repeal it. So I suppose, and again, I have a hard time keeping track of Senator McCain's positions, even in the last few years, let alone going back 10 years. So I get a little dizzy sometimes when I try to do that. But I think Todd's right. What he's basically said is I was wrong, and and then I take his word on that.
All right, finally, here's Barack Obama talking about his work helping wounded veterans. Watch.
That's why I passed laws moving people from welfare to work, cut taxes for working families, extended health care for wounded troops who'd been neglected.
Actually, Barack Obama was not there for the final vote, even though he did support the overall bill. But again, it raises questions when a candidate says, I did this, and they actually did it with a lot of other people. In any case, Mike Feldman and Todd Harris, you guys are the best. Excellent advocates for your point of view. We appreciate you coming on today and playing.